Welcome in Giza Information Technology Academy. We will study today an introduction of MTA 375 and means of HTML5 application development fundamentals. Lesson 1 introduces to platform fundamentals and the application life cycle. This course focuses on HTML5, the latest HTML draft standard. Several HTML5 features are already in use on many websites. HTML5 is also the name of a family of technologies that includes HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. CSS3 is the latest draft standard for CSS. You can work with the HTML5 family using many different tools from many different companies. Even a simple text editor like Notepad or Notepad++ will work, although an HTML editor is more convenient because it colors tags so you can easily distinguish tags from content. First, we must know: what is a web app? An application that uses a web browser as a client. Examples: Microsoft SkyDrive, Microsoft Hotmail, online banking application, online stock investing application, and much more. In the first chapter we will study how to manage the application life cycle. 1.1 Understand the platform fundamentals. 1.2 Manage the state of an application. 1.3 Debug and test an HTML5 based touch-enabled application. 1.4 Publish an application to a store. The app package is a file that contains an app's files and folders, created for ease of distribution and deployment. Creating a packaged app. Number 1, Planning. Number 2, Design UI, User Interface. Number 3, Update manifest. Number 4, Write code of your page. Number 5, Build app. Number 6, the most important step is to test and debug your codes. Number 7, Package your work. Number 8, Validation. Number 9, Deployment. Windows Runtime provides developers with access to a user's device for both sides. Hardware. An operating system. In fact, it does this through the WinRT and Windows library for JavaScript APIs. An application programming interface, API, is a set of guidelines that allow one program to communicate with another. Windows Runtime Environment, WinRT. Made up of layers that provide functionality to Metro-style apps, and the Windows Shell provides functionality to Metro-style apps. The foundation of the Windows 8 operating system. When the web application executes, it does so in a contained environment. An app container is a separate memory space within a system in which an application runs. It prevents corruption of the operating system if the application fails for some reason and enables a user to cleanly uninstall the app. So we must understand that the main purpose of an application container is to prevent applications from corrupting the operating system. The .NET framework helps to create mobile, desktop, and web applications that run on Windows PCs, devices and servers. The .NET framework is a software development framework from Microsoft. It provides a controlled programming environment where software can be developed, installed, and executed on Windows-based operating systems. The principal design features are: 1. Interoperability. This allows for .NET developed programs to access functionalities in programs developed outside .NET. 2. Common Runtime Engine, also known as the Common Language Runtime. This allows programs developed in .NET to exhibit common behaviors in memory usage, exception handling and security. 3. Language Independence. Common Language Infrastructure Specifications, CLI, allow for the exchange of data types between two programs developed in different languages. 4. Base Class Library, a library of code for most common functions used by programmers to avoid repetitive rewriting of code. 5. Ease of deployment. There are tools to ensure the ease of installing programs without interfering with previously installed applications. 6. Security. programs developed in .NET are based on a common security model. .NET is central to Microsoft's overarching development strategy and is the organization's competition to Java. It is so central to development on Windows platforms, the term's usage depends on context. For example, it's common to simply talk generally about a .NET developer as a programmer who works in a Microsoft development environment. On the other hand, when writing code, the developer references what specific version of the framework is being worked with. .NET 2.0, which came out in 2005, is much different than .NET 4.0, which was shipped in 2010. Permission sets defines what application code has access to, an ability to do. In other words, a permission set is a collection of database permissions for one or more objects in the Microsoft Dynamics NAV database that you can assign to one or more users. Several predefined permission sets are provided by default. You can use these permission sets as defined, modify them, or create additional own permission sets.